alina omukungu wa Mbale City agenda kwogera akakase ebya Mbale district oba banyigiriza Mbale district oba kituufu si kituufu. Kale makumbi katugatteko otubuulire omukungu olina yaawo okwenda okwogera ku nsonga z'Embale. Simanyi oba nayo eriyo okuwandiisa bodaboda oba bo baliisa buti nga bwe kiri ate mu bitundu ebyenjawulo. Naye gwe oliyo tubuulire Mbale akedde ate nkya leero gye twalengedde bannaffe aba obunga bwasibira mu maduuka ate bano bwe baabutwala b'essite. Kale tubuulire bubukedde olwaleero omukulu yatugamba ki?
Okay. Neyanziza nnyo mukulu wa Mala, mukulu Farouk ne Fede mwebale kuweereza. Omukulu ono yayogerera agwendino gwagenda twegattako oluvannyuma awo ye mukulu ayogerera Mbale City era ng'agenda tubu ne Mbale City. Okujjako olwaleero muleetedde ensonga ziringa bbiri nga zikwatagana n'enguudo ezirikolebwa mu Mbale City. N'ekirala nti ajja tubuulira ku ssente ze baakafuna bo nga Mbale City zibamala okukola enguudo ezisigadde oba gavumenti esaana eyongereko. Ekyo kyaba booda nsuubira nakyo ayinza okiddamu ajja tubuulira mbeera ki eriwo. Naye nga wano oluguudo lwe tuliko olwa Palisa Road era nga zezo ezimu ezirikolebwa kitongole kya USMED ziri enguudo nga 8 okutwalizaamu mu site yonna era nga Mbale tusuubira nti eyinza okukyukako mu kadde akatali kawala nnyo okuva omwaka ogujja. Naye nga okutwaliza awamu wo abantu baga nti enguudo zigenze kasoobo nnyo ng'enguudo zino zalina okumala emyezi 18 naye nga bwe twogerera zonna zisusseemu emyezi gino nga ne tumanyi kikyennyini kyaviirako okusukkamu. Naye ndowooza ebisigadde byonna kampite omugenyi wange ono leero ajje alabe kiki kyennyini kyatugamba ku mbeera y'enguudo zino ezirikolebwa mu Mbale. You're welcome, Mr. James.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, Mr. James, we are here at Palisa Road, and we really want to know, as the spokesperson of Mbale City, what's going on upon the roads going on around Mbale City?
Yeah,
Your names?
My name is James Kutos. I work as a public relations officer for Mbale City.
Okay.
We are well aware we have been along in this game of construction of roads with you from the beginning, from the launch until now.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you've said it. These roads were supposed to be completed a few months back.
Yes.
But they have a little delayed up because one, sometimes the weather changes. When it rains, sometimes there are some works that cannot take place. And therefore, it affects the contractor's time of working, and that has caused part of the delay. And then too, we have talked about the funds that are available for the roads.
Maybe before we go to the road, before the funds of the road, with this one major projects they have been paid for, and I don't think we need to talk about the money for these other people roads. Yeah. What are the penalties are you giving these people for delaying the works?
One thing is, as for now, we have not gone into a period of penalties because every other time there is a project manager for the road, and whenever they are having a hiccup, they communicate immediately to the council, and then the PDU, the procurement department with the contracts committee, they always adjust and look into those programs. The reasons they advanced for the delay were known. At one time, the rains came at a time when they were supposed to sacrifice some of the roads in the town, and they could not do. And those are some of the natural factors that you cannot blame people, contractors for. So once they bring up genuine things, they do not immediately affect them to have penalties in the construction. But they've made a commitment that within the shortest time possible, if you can look in the town, if you look at North Road, you look at Nkokonjeru, you look at Central Road, you look at Manafa, Nabua Road, Marketplace, and others, you will see that they have begun laying up the tarmac or the asphalt concrete on the roads. Now it is the only remaining road that has remained bare is the road we are standing on, which is Palisa Road.
Yeah, actually,
but you see that after this stage, they are also going to begin putting it up.
Yeah, but businesses have been put on a hold. People are not selling. Other shops are closed. You can look at. We don't know which other alternatives are being given to these people here as they work on this road, because it's really slippery. When it comes to dust, there is no water around. How do they work really?
Yeah, one thing is, I've always said one thing. If you want to have an omelette, then you must be prepared to break a few eggs. If you want to spare the eggs, then you not have the the omelette. If we are to have good roads for some time in Mbale, then there are some inconveniences that come by the stage of construction of the what? Of the roads. If you remember what happened on Republic Street, what happened on Naboa Road, when they were constructing, those people had a lot of dust. But today in town, they have one of the best what? The best roads, and are doing the best business. The only thing we appeal to the business people that are around here is to be patient a little as we push the contractor to finish the roads very fast so that they can be in a good working situation. But right now we cannot say that we are going to stop the roads because people have to what? People have to work. We just appeal for patience. Something else, something better is going to come out of this.
Okay. For how many kilometers are these people taking? Like for it has been 18 months, and then for how many kilometers are they supposed to make within this 18 months and beyond? Actually,
I think we are now going to close to 8 kilometers of roads in town. We began with about 3.1 on Navionga Rise, Naboa Republic, and others. Now with the Palisa Marketplace in Kokonjeru and others, we are closing to about 8 kilometers within the center of town.
Okay. Maybe before we go to the next item of the mega funds you got, Mbale now doesn't have any diversional road in the center. The only road which was Navionga Race was also closed. Recently, when we had an accident on Navionga Race, Navionga Bridge, we had nowhere else the vehicles could turn. What's the plan for the other road which was when closed up?
Yeah, the council is engaging with the UNORA because you know the Navionga Rise and Mugisu Hill are not roads that are meant to carry heavy traffic. It is a 4-tire road, and yet these other roads like Cathedral Avenue, Komi Road, those are UNORA roads that have been put at a certain tonnage that can accommodate trailers. What even spoiled those roads, the Navionga Rise faster, was the heavy trucks that were passing what? We are passing there, and it is a state road. So negotiations are now on with the UNORA to take on this road to upgrade it to the level that it can accommodate the heavy trucks. You know, one day like this, you can have more than 100 trailers that are passing on that road, and then the road is weaker, and that ends up affecting the what? The road. So
are you going to pay? Are you going to make double pay for that road, which has not taken 3 years yet?
One thing is we diverted traffic there, the road got affected, and that's why we are saying putting money there now is a bigger problem and it is a loss. We are negotiating now with the UNORA to see that they take on this diversion road so that we can maintain the roads in the center of what? In the center of town, as we use Navionga Rise and Mugisu Hill as a bypass.
Okay.
The city.
Okay, maybe before we go to the next item, let me get back to the studios and see if at all my colleagues have a question for you. Yes, back to the studio, Mkulu Wamala and the team.
Tosa, a very good morning. How are you today? Now, there are claims that you diverted relief items for Mbale City. How true is that? And then, how much did you get in the first quarter of this financial year, 2022 or 2023? And is it part of the renovation for the bridges that were washed away recently by the floods in Mbale? That's the money you got. Is it part of the money you're going to use to renovate the bridges, or you have other funds to use?
Okay. Yeah, you heard him. He says you are supposed to, you diverted some food and it was sold, this relief food, and then the money which you got, is it the same money you're going to use or you're going to for the road?
I mean, we diverted money for what?
I mean the relief food.
Yeah, we diverted it for what?
The relief food was lost and got in Namusindwa. Is it the city food or it was something else?
I think everything that came to the city was in the city. If there was any relief food that was lost, it was not within the boundaries of the city. Because the food we got was from OPM, we got other supplies from UNICEF, we got other supplies from Pasama Kamea.
Yes.
We have had the hands-on and others from IU, and we have not, right now we are having Award and Help Age that are working on giving people some food. So within the Mbale city, the story where you are getting it that we lost some food and it was diverted or whatever, that is a story for another day, maybe for another person, not for the city.
Okay. So now the 30 million you were given as a city, is it really enough to make some of the bridges, especially with these floods we had? Bridges were washed away, roads were damaged. Do you think the 30 million will do anything to the Mbale City roads? Namabasa Road is in a really sorry state. What's going to happen with that 30 million?
I mean, one thing is we have a budget under Uganda Road Fund of an annual budget of 1.2 billion shillings,
Yes.
which means per quarter we are supposed to get like 300 million.
Yeah.
But if you have been following government activities, there have been budget cuts across,
Yeah.
and instead of getting about 300 million, we got about 30 million under Uganda Road Fund. And given the extent of the damage of the roads on the bridges and the others, that money is very what? That money is very little. We cannot do much. But we are still anticipating that the government is going to add in more money, and we shall be able to attend to the areas that we are supposed to attend to.
So, like, how much do you need per road? Estimate.
One thing is I need to get to the engineer to get me the estimates, because he has made up estimates for whatever bridges. We have bridges like in Busamaga, we have bridges in Kaguta Road, we have bridges in Namabasa, and generally all the road network is not in a good state. And these are things that have been compiled, and the report has been sent to the office of the Prime Minister, and something is going to happen, I know.
So Mbale State residents should not expect good roads within the outskirts of Mbale for now because of the bigger budget.
As of now, we can just work within the environment we are in, but we are anticipating that the government is going to do something better about that.
Okay. Okay, back to the studio.
Mr. Makumbi, good morning. We had many issues from people that they lost their businesses in doing that project. Do they have any plan for compensation? Second, the delay for the work. Can he tell us how long is it going to take to accomplish the work?
Mr. James is asking, were there any compensations for the buildings that were broken along the project of this was made?
I mean, before the roads are started, there is what we call project affected persons.
Yeah.
And these people are identified before time, and they are talked to, they are explained to. The USMID project does not allow for compensation of affected what? Persons within the grant. If we have to compensate them, then it is the council. And the council doesn't have that kind of what? That kind of money. All we do is we do talking to the people who are affected, explaining to them the importance of the road when it is done.
Yeah.
And good enough in Mbale, most of the affected persons have always accepted to have the roads done without them being compensated. And
even when they lost property?
I mean, they are talked to, we do not go into destroy any property. Unless otherwise somebody has what? Insisted, and we have done whatever is possible, and force comes in at the tail end of the day. But when under USMID, we do not use any kind of what? Force. We have what we call the CDF, the City Development Forum.
Yeah.
We have the Community Development Department that does a psychological talking of the people, the psychosocial things. And the people are talked to and are brought to body to understand what is happening.
Okay.
And what the importance of the road network that they are making. Therefore, we have not had any problem of people affected beginning to demand for compensation.
Okay. And then he was also asking how long is it going to take for the roads to be completed in full?
I think we are looking at a period of about 3 months. And then we are saying by close of this year, by Christmas, the Mbale people should be given a very good Christmas package in terms of road network.
Okay. I think you heard it, Mr. Farouk and the team.